Have you ever caught an idea and you're very excited about it? Then you put the resources together and began pursuing the idea. You're very enthusiastic at the beginning, but along the journey, the zest kept on diminishing until you ended up abandoning that idea. It's something that is all over. And today I thought it wise to bring a guest that will help us to dissect this issue of losing motivation in between. How can you stay motivated as you pursue a vision? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Inspiration Hub, where we get insight from all aspects of life. And today I have a very profound speaker. Please stay tuned, because this is someone that I know many of you have met physically. You've been part of this audience, maybe when you are still in your colleges, universities, and even high school. I believe impacted your life, and it still impacted life. And today I'm very privileged to host my brother, Ken Komari.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for allowing me to host you on this show to address very fundamental issues. Now, you may tell them, who is Ken Gomeri, so that at least they know you. Probably some people just know you by the name, but there are other things that they don't know about you. Yes, sir.
Well, thank you so much for having me in this Inspiration Hub.
Yes.
Well, for our viewers, my name is Ken Komari. So many things in one. First of all, I'm a mentor. 2, I'm an author. 3, I put together content, and my work is to speak to people, help people, and above all, I do spiritual counseling too. So that's who I am.
Thank you so much, my brother. Now, let me first of all cool my carburetor.
Yeah, there's enough water.
Yeah, of course.
Enjoy.
There is this issue that, I told you about.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you've experienced it. Maybe you are extra disciplined. But I've gone through it many times. Where you begin something with zeal, excited. And it happens in many aspects of life. Even in marriage, as people begin marriage, they hold hands. They do everything together.
Yes.
We begin relationship, you're so excited. Oh, my honey. In fact, sometimes you can speak the whole night, talking the whole night. Then you start sleeping at around 5.
Yes.
But as things go by, you don't know what happened in the beginning.
Yes.
We've seen people who say, I want to begin doing this. Some people have even started, I want to do some online content. Because they had money, they bought equipment, everything. But right now, it's cockroaches that are now sleeping very well, sitting bundusciously on the gadget and enjoying their life there. And nothing is happening completely. How get that?
Yes, I'm getting you.
People have got all kinds of ideas. I want to maybe begin now. Start an office, for example. Let me not expose myself, but now for the sake of this, some time back I started an office. I want to do something, and the same thing you are want to talk about here affected me, and I had to close the office because the office ended up being a liability.
Wow!
And so we have people who are full of all kinds of unfinished, projects lying, and some of the projects took the money simply because they lost the motivation in the process.
Wow.
How do we help such a situation, sir?
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, I'll say you're not alone. I think in life, everybody's a captive of that.
Yes.
And in one time or another, we all fall temptation to that.
Yes.
Well, I think I'll address this from an angle of, for me, success is a science. Success is a science. You see, many people begin things with passion.
Yes.
But what they lack is vision.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because vision works with passion.
Exactly.
But only passion without vision, you're just an accident waiting to happen.
Hey! You are an accident.
Yeah, waiting to happen.
Waiting to happen.
And I'll give you an example.
Give me.
You see, if you have a car.
Yes.
What is a car?
A car is a locomotive engine.
No. Okay, yeah, you're right. You see, when I'm going to buy the car, people say I want something that can perform.
Exactly.
So it means the most two important components of the car is the engine and the gearbox.
Exactly.
If the two can work in synchrony,
Yes.
then the car is good in performance.
Exactly.
But we don't go to buy cars, then we ask ourselves, where shall we get the fuel? You see, a car can work by itself.
Yes.
Fuel, you can buy it anywhere.
Exactly.
It's like just saying, I have passion, but I don't have vision.
Yes.
It means, I'll give you an example. Like I go buy a lot of fuel, I store it. Then I tell myself, the day I buy a car, I'll be able to now use the fuel I've been buying. This fuel you're storing is what will kill you before you buy the car, because it's just one matchstick away to an accident. What am I meaning? I mean that many people begin things without a clear vision.
Yes.
And a clear vision is, and I'll break it down to this. Where do I want to go with this?
Yes.
That's the first thing.
Yes.
What's the big picture?
Yes.
What's the long-term thing?
Yes.
You see, vision gives you the ability to walk through with the idea to the end.
Vision gives you the ability to walk through with the idea to the end.
Yeah, because vision, what we call vision,
Yes.
will now attract the things like capacity,
Yes.
development.
Yes, yes.
How do I improve this
Yes.
idea? How do I do? Who do I talk to?
Yes, yes.
But without vision,
Yes.
you only consume with passion.
Oh.
Passion is an ignition. It's like a matchstick.
Yes.
Yeah, you can put a matchstick on.
Yes.
But you see, whatever you are lighting,
Yes.
there's a difference between lighting firewood
Yes.
and lighting newspapers.
Exactly.
So you know, when you're lighting newspapers, that fire will take very little time.
Yes.
It's out.
Exactly.
But if it's firewood, it can stay for long.
Exactly.
And that's what I call vision.
So you must have a vision.
Yeah, have a vision.
And it's the vision that will drive you through.
Is that what will drive you through?
But these people will claim to be having vision. I want to do this.
Yes, but you see, for example, what they are calling vision is not vision. It's just an emotional excitement through an idea. And I'll tell you why.
Yes.
You see, passion is like an ignition.
Yes.
But it's energy without, it's like energy without the specific components of what you're driving that energy
Yes,
towards.
exactly, yes.
It's like running without a mark.
Exactly.
You get?
Yes.
You'll run, where's the finishing point?
There's
What
no
you want to
finishing
achieve.
point, yes.
So vision is a big picture of what you want to achieve. And I
Yes.
think vision is what helps you to develop yourself and stay on it until the end. I was reading about Facebook that for the first 7 years of Facebook, they never made money. They were just running the idea.
They were just running the idea.
Yeah, because they had a bigger vision. You see, it's vision that keeps you going. You know, this thing will work one day. I'm committing myself to it. And then the next thing, people begin things with the idea of, I want to make money. The moment you begin business to make money, you've already failed. You begin business to solve problems.
You begin business to solve problems.
Yeah, whatever problem you're solving is what now will attract the money that is coming to you.
Great. I think I'm on the right track because you know you're speaking my mind because it's very true.
Yeah.
Because these things that I started doing, you know, for quite some time, I did not earn anything, but I always kept feeling a burden to at least give out a content that I know will help someone.
Yes.
And in between things started happening. I think that is very true.
Yeah.
You've given an example of Facebook, which is very profound.
Yes.
They did it for 7 years,
7 straight years.
no profit.
Yeah. The difference between ideas, I can call them in states or abroad, is that most of their startup business don't fail because most of them start from a point of vision. So people are able to fund them as compared to here where we don't have funding and we have so many passionate people without a clear direction of where we want to be 5-10 years from now. I'll give you an example of myself. When I began speaking, most of us began speaking from passion. You just wanted to say something to somebody.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
we the burden of seeing somebody getting lost,
Exactly.
losing direction became the motivation. But as we kept on going, it got to a place where you fizzle out of energy and you start asking yourself, what next?
Yeah, exactly.
Now that's the point where we started putting vision into what we do. This is what I want to do. That's where I started saying, now I want to write books. I want to develop content. I have a long-term plan for it. Now the long-term plan becomes now the chemistry, the science that holds up the vision, that now it's 10, 20 years down the line, you're still doing the same thing
Exactly.
without losing your momentum
Exactly.
and enthusiasm.
Exactly. Wow, wow. That is profound.
Yeah.
I think I like that because I can tell you, do you know what's happening? Someone told me something when I was beginning to speak. Not even beginning, I had not started, but I was still feeling it. And I went to inquire, seek some advice from someone. He told me, my friend, speakers are some of the most frustrated people on earth.
Why so?
He told me that. He told me motivational speakers. That is why I hated the word motivational speaking. Because so I asked myself, which niche can I cut that will still put money in my pocket and will still push me ahead?
Okay, there's this common philosophy in them everywhere where I say motivational speakers are fake, they don't bring anything. But I tell people the only way you can develop people is through words. Words are currency. The difference between one speaker and the other speaker is the content they carry.
Exactly.
The ability to, you see, speaking is not an easy job. Because if I'm talking to you and we are giving each other stories, chances are we can get tired.
Exactly.
But when you stand in front of people and start to drive agendas into their hearts, what is happening are two things. One, you're battling with their minds, trying to bring a new perspective to them. So you're in the business of trying to transact with people's minds, pushing in ideas and agendas for them to become different. That's why speaking requires, for you to become a good speaker, not a frustrated speaker. You need content. And your content must be content that can be able to transform and change people's behaviors, which is mindset first, then behaviors, and leads them to productivity, what we call results.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Profound. Now, you've handled the business aspect where people do business to pursue money. And because of that, probably if they don't see money coming the way they expected, the zeal goes down.
Yes.
And you've also handled the aspect of some people beginning other things. Man, let's talk about people getting very excited when they get a new job. And as they get a new job, you realize they get to work very early and they clear their, they do their part, their deliverables, even before the deadline.
Yes.
Give them a few time. Kitu kama hiyo. And all of a sudden, the same person that was on top or in performance becomes a mediocre in the process because the passion has died. Would you call it nature?
Let me tell you something. Even when you read the Bible, the Bible says God gave man work, not a job.
Okay.
So many people have become their job. So they've lost the aspect of work.
Sir, I'm not getting you. Please, I don't want to blame my brain.
Okay, I'll break them down.
Go ahead.
You see, there's a difference between doing a job and doing work. So if I get into a job and I'm excited, you see, my motivation was not work, was a job, which is the reward of a job, was a salary. But if I got into work because my nature is I love working, then working becomes my objective. So I'm driven by the accomplishment of work and not the reward of the job. So because now your motivation was wrong when you began. So that's why you lose energy because you're feeling what I'm giving into and what I'm getting out of it does not match. But when you love working, your work becomes now your motivation. And now you get fulfillment from your work. Your salary does not give you fulfillment. It's just a reward. But your reward is the fulfillment you get from working.
Mr. Ken Gomeri, you brought me to something very interesting.
And that's what the Bible says. God blesses the works of your hands, not the job you have.
God blesses the work of your hands.
Not the job you have.
Not the job. Now, anyway, because there is a time comes in life when telling someone pursue what you like becomes unrealistic. Because a time comes, what you want is what is bringing food on the table, full stop. Whether you like it or not. At what time, at what point, or how will you still slot in this idea of doing what you like when someone is already pressed to the situation that what they need is just what bringing food on the table, full stop. So they're looking for what is working for them, not what they like.
Maybe I'll say it in a very different way. Most of people know what they want, but they don't know who they are. And
most
that's where,
people know what they want,
but they don't know who they are.
but they don't know who they are.
Yes, and that's where the aspect of mentors comes in.
Okay.
You see, I can be starting a business and my business fails. The reason why it's failing is because I'm doing something wrong. The part of a mentor coming into my life is to surgically remove the blockages that I'm having that are making me experience the failure for me to start experiencing the probably success or what we call results. So many people know what they want, but they simply don't know who they are. You get? And that's the lie the world has sold to us. Follow your heart, follow your passion. If some people will tell them to follow their hearts, you know, stupidity can also become a concept. You can follow stupidity saying, I'm following my passion. And that's why many people have breakdowns.
Yes.
Because they have followed what they think is their passion, but it's not working. All they need is to have a conversation with somebody who can now bring them back to alignment and tell them, you can be passionate about music, but you don't have the gift of singing.
And you get frustrated.
And you get frustrated. Chances are maybe you're supposed to be a producer. Maybe you're supposed to be the person doing the chains of distribution of the music, not the one singing. You get? Singing. Because singing gives you the stage to perform. And that's what everybody wants to be celebrated. But chances are you maybe you're not that part of being on stage, but you can love it, and your love for it gives you an angle of making that thing you love becomes a business opportunity.
Great, great. So someone being passionate about something that probably they don't have skills for, is not a waste of passion. There could be something around that thing that they can do,
yes,
that they can prosper in.
Yes.
Now,
and sometimes you can't get into that thing without somebody else opening your eyes and telling you, you know what, you need to focus and look at this. We are all smart, but why do we go to school? For understanding. When a teacher stands and teach, he gives you understanding. Now you can interpret because it has been simplified for you. By that interpretation, you can now become a genius in the same concept somebody else taught you. Yeah.
You go there for understanding. So,
yeah.
So if you can't say I'm naturally intelligent and I have natural IQ, so I don't need to go to school.
You know, those are lies again we tell ourselves. For example, you see somebody successful, you call them intelligent. They can be, yes, intelligent, but for me, intelligence is the ability to maximize things or maximize spaces. You see, I can have an idea, but my organizational skill, interpretation, and how I'm able to transform this idea into something big. Now, for me, that's intelligence, ability to maximize things.
Ability to maximize things.
Yes.
Now, I'd like to ask you something. There is this aspect. We have someone working, okay? And this person has something they're really interested, they would want to do. That is they want to pursue their passion. Now, this person is now asking him or herself, at what point we now draw the line and say, I now want to go to start all this and stop working, and yet this is where I earn my money. That is number one. Number two, we have this person that is pursuing what they like, but this thing is not making money, so they are frustrated in the process. Because yes, I do this thing on a very consistent basis, but now I don't earn anything and I'm frustrated. How would you help this person? Yes.
First of all, I tell people, stop. Don't ever fear to stop. If you're going to Mombasa, then you get to Mtito one day.
Yes.
And you realize that you don't have fuel. What do? You stop and fuel.
Yes.
Sometimes you may be doing the right thing, but probably in the wrong manner. So stopping and asking for direction doesn't mean you're stupid. It means you are aware that something is wrong. Intrinsically or inwardly, you can sense something's not right. Stop and ask. Asking means you're a wise person. You want to make it work. But many people don't want to stop and ask. They just want to keep on pushing and pushing. You may be doing the right thing, but without the right format or way of doing it. So just stop and ask. Asking is not foolishness, it's wisdom.
Asking is not foolishness.
Yeah, it's wisdom. Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
So that one now covers actually the two, because this person that is frustrated, they can ask, they can do an inquiry. What can I do so that at least I'll be getting something out of this?
Let me give you an example.
Yes,
so many young people reach out to me and ask me, how do you get to do this? How do you get to do this? And you can see they are not asking because they want to follow what I do. They are asking because they are looking for shortcuts. You get, they are attracted to the picture of success. Like for example, somebody asks you, how did you buy that car?
Okay.
I'm about to tell them I just went and paid money. They took it.
Not even about, you should tell them.
Yeah, but you see, it's not about just going and paying the money. There's a process that you go through. You didn't start with that. You started with this. You worked, got this. You had an idea. You had a vision. You kept on doing things. You accumulated yourself. It's a journey. It's a process. It's a painful, tedious, slow process to get there. But when they come, they want you to give them one statement that makes them get the whole thing together and get the whole results early. So they lack the patience to make things work.
The patience to make things work.
Yeah.
Like I was interviewing a friend of mine yesterday, a very powerful doctor in our country, Dr. Andronic Chipsy. Of course, his video will be on my channel. And we were talking about the microwave generation, where people want it now, regardless of how it comes. We just want it. So please, all the ideas, the process of getting it, we don't want. All we need is, how can I have it now?
Yeah. It doesn't work. You see, I'm sorry for always quoting the Bible. That's what I studied.
Don't be sorry.
Yeah, no, maybe, about it. There are people in their shows. I'm not apologizing because it's a wrong thing. It's because it's not my show. But anyway, I wanted to say,
yes.
Solomon says, there is time for everything.
Exactly.
And it's time that makes things beautiful.
Exactly.
You get?
Yes.
And the idea of, I want things without a process doesn't simply work. Sometimes what I want is 10 years away. The value of 10 years is development. It's like going to the gym. You can't go to the gym today and say, I want to come out tomorrow with muscles. It's a gradual thing. The more you go, the more the development starts working. And the more you become consistent in it, the more your body responds to what is happening. And at the end, you get the results.
Exactly.
So this thing is about patience and time and giving yourself leverage. I think the biggest disaster that is happening to us, we consume so much on social media, and it's a problem with many people who are living a very fake life. You see, I can go before the camera, do things, but that's not who I am. You get? So it gives another person pressure. They want to outdo me and match my way of doing things. So they also go and try to do it. It's called perception. They are selling perception. Perception is their currency. Like they want to be perceived in a certain way. So in the rush to be perceived in a certain way, they become frustrated because what you're giving people is not what you are. And you can't cheat yourself. You can't cheat your situation. So you are the one back here out of the cameras. You're frustrated. You're going through issues. Now you start feeling depressed because you're trying to produce something without planting it.
You're trying to produce
anything good takes time.
Anything good takes time. That's a very profound statement. Anything good takes time. I was one of my videos. I was telling people that don't microwave what's supposed to be cooked because it will mess up your digestive system. I get that. You are trying to microwave meat. Meat is supposed to be cooked. I don't know about you, but I am a kienyeji, meaning I am an indigenous.
Yes.
I was born and raised in the village. Actually, the first time I came to the city, the first time I saw the lights, it was when I was joining the university. Maybe you are broiler, you are raised in the city or something, I don't know.
Did you just call me broiler?
No, the opposite of kienyeji is broiler.
Okay.
The city.
I
I ate broiler when I came to the city. We used to eat kienyeji in the kitchen. So are you kienyeji or you are broiler? Or you are improved kienyeji?
No, I'm Ken Komari. Well, I totally understand what you mean.
You're Ken Komari.
I'm Ken Gomeri.
All right. Now, please, as we conclude, I just want you to put some pressure to really add some weight on that aspect, because we are trying to help young people. And I can tell you, between the age of research actually shows that people of between the age of 18 to 30 experience the highest voltage of stress. And the high percentage of the stress is brought out by relationships and financial issues. Now, let's put aside the relationship aspect, because that one is a choice. You can decide to stay by yourself, and of course, you still proceed well with life. But concerning the pressure that comes with making it, the pressure that comes with making it, I want to make it now, things must just work. So and so is older than, I'm older than so and so, and you can see they're making, I started before so, and they're doing things better. Just as you conclude, what would you say in that aspect, sir?
Most of us fear poverty.
We fear poverty. Even me, I don't like it.
But the truth of the matter is not that we fear poverty. We are already poor. Yeah, we are already poor because poverty is a person.
My friend, be very careful.
Poverty is a person, as in we want things to define us, but it doesn't go that way. We define things.
How?
You see, this glass doesn't define me. I define it. If I bought it, it is mine. I can break it and buy another one.
Yes.
I remember one time we were some friends of mine, then one of us dropped the phone and he was crying. And the other one also dropped the phone and he was like, it's fine. Because one person can drop and replace it immediately. The other one, just the action of it dropping, it's another 2 years of of being in that state. So most of us fear poverty, but we're already poor. The ability to, you see, poverty is a person. Poverty is man-made. It's man-made. It's you lacking the power to bring yourself out of things and situations. So you're so weak inside that you are simply using a lot of your energy fighting and trying to fight this thing called poverty, which you already are, because you're already working from deficiency. That's why you are attracted to glamorous things. That's why you're living a fake life, because it's simply, you see now, many people, it's not that they fear poverty. It's not that they fear poverty, they fear the expression. That now it's going to come out,
No. You're so deep, brother. You're so deep, sir.
I struggle. I owe this to my mentor. And if he's watching,
who is your mentor, please?
My mentor is Bishop Welly Odendo.
Oh, yes.
One prolific mind.
Wow.
And let me tell you something. In life, you can just meet one man. One man who can change your mindset all through.
Exactly.
And you stop now fighting with these small things. You see, you become stubborn in poverty. That's why many poor people can't be helped. No wonder Jesus said that the poor you shall always have, because now you become stubborn in that nature. That nature is very stubborn. And anybody who tries to help you or brings you out, you fight them. And that's why poor people fight each other, because they want to remain in the same state. You see, misery loves company. So miserable people love being in one place. They call it a hood. They call it a concept.
A cocoon.
A cocoon. So misery loves, watu wangu. Yes. But you see, getting yourself out of that group, out of that mindset to start thinking differently, that's the solution. And you can't get yourself there without the help of other people who can come and pour to you. Actually, do you know 80% of our problems are just a conversation away with the right people? Just a conversation. It's not that you're stupid, not that you're less intelligent. You have everything that you need. Just a conversation. Being able to change how your mind sees things.
It's very true.
Yeah.
It's very true.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people approach me with issues, depression issues and the rest. But when you help the person to see the issues from a different perspective, you realize that is where the solution is lying.
Yeah. Growing up, you see, sometimes I talk things that I've experienced in my life, and you get to a place you start. You see, one of the dominant things my life experience have taught me is one, I don't like having the thing called fear. I don't want to allow fear to become something that pulls me into things. You see, when I tell you people who fear poverty, now they do stupid things to impress themselves or to tell themselves, I'm not poor, but they're already poor. They're already poor.
Ken Komari, you've written many books. This is just one of them. And we are going to talk about this book in our next video. And this is a book that enters into your mind with the spanner to fix your mind. This is the so-called, it's a book on grief that is gaining back your control. It's a book on mental health. What other books that you've written? And you'll tell us how we can get this book. Yes, sir.
For me, I look at the market.
Yes.
I identify a problem and a niche.
Yes.
Then I respond to that problem.
Exactly.
So for me, being able to speak to so many people, especially young people,
Yes.
and them lacking direction, but when you go closer and you realize it wasn't a matter of fast direction, it was a matter of the absence of where it all went wrong. There was a breakdown, and that breakdown was from their inner selves. So they lost themselves first. Then they lost their mind. Now that's why on the top page I've written something here on the front page.
On the front page, because I'll use this one somewhere. So
yeah,
yes.
so that's why I said there that the mind was made to work for you.
Yes.
But it can stop working for you and start working against you.
Exactly.
Now the inside breakdown has come. Now it's a mental breakdown. Now instead of using this tool called the mind to work for you,
it is now using
it's now actually many people don't use their minds are using them.
It is well. Any other book? The other book is,
there are so many.
There are so many of them.
Yeah.
So how can we get your book? Because I know someone there is interested, someone needs this book, this dose for mental health. How can someone get this book? And I'll also include his email address on my description, that you can contact him to get this book from any corner of the world. If you can also contact me, why not? I'll ensure that this book reaches you with minimal delay. Could you share any other place probably the book is? They can get it. I know it just came out recently.
I think for the audience here in that channel you're giving will be a very better channel to get it. Once you reach out, we can be able to send the book to you.
No problem.
Yeah.
My brother, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for the deep wisdom. And this is just the beginning. I'm actually starting a program where I'll be going to various universities to speak to students. And I would really request that you be around so that you share with these young people on mental health issues and productivity. How can someone make good use of themselves? Thank you so much, my brother. It was nice having you.
You're welcome.
And thank you so much. I've also learned a lot. Guys, that is it for now. We've had a very profound moment of inspiration, moment of insight here at Inspiration Hub. Please remember to subscribe, and you'll get a link at my description that will lead you to my website, where you can access some of my videos, and also my books are there you can buy. Of course, as you do so, there's a way of supporting me, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Until next time.